Happy Fair Housing Month. This is Andrew at Westchester Residential Opportunities. And this is a quick introduction to the fair housing laws, whether you're new to fair housing law or just looking for a quick refresher. Just a couple notes to bear in mind throughout this presentation. First, we're not providing legal advice. If you do need legal advice, please engage a lawyer. Second, this presentation was prepared in April of 2020 and may not be accurate on any other date. Laws do change over time. They get amended, interpreted, opinions change. Fair housing laws are fundamental civil rights laws, like access to employment or voting. They protect us all from discrimination in housing. Fundamentally, fair housing means that each person has the right to choose where they live as long as they can afford it. So wherever you are in the United States, you're subject to a laundry list of fair housing laws, starting with the Federal Fair Housing Act, but also other federal laws that protect your civil rights as they pertain to housing. In addition to the federal laws, you need to know what fair housing protections your state has, and then also local laws, like county laws, in the jurisdictions where we operate. Now, what characteristics or group identities are protected under these various fair housing laws, again, will differ by jurisdiction. We usually refer to these as the protected classes, but there are lots of other terms you may hear, like protected characteristics, protected bases, or protected groups, and they all generally mean the same thing. The federal law protects now just 7 protected classes. You see them here: race, color, religion, national origin, sex, disability, and familial status. New York State, where we operate, adds a number of additional protections, notably sexual orientation, gender identity and expression, and now, as of a year ago, source of income. Then in New York, many counties have their own additional or different protections. Here you can see Westchester's additional protected classes. And I note that Westchester doesn't protect military status, although it is protected at the New York State level. And as you go deeper into the laws, of course, they aren't all written the same. So the protections and exemptions that apply at one level, the federal law, for example, will be written differently from the law at the state or the county level. There's lots of details and nuances to get into if you want to, and that's, of course, beyond the scope of today's quick overview. Okay, so those are the protected classes, and then what does the law say you can and can't do about them? Well, we refer to those as the prohibited acts. Some of these, like steering and blockbusting that you'll see down the list of bullets, are terms of art that have specific meanings in the law, and which I hope we'll address in a separate presentation. The others are fairly intuitive, I believe. For example, you as a landlord can't refuse to rent to someone on the basis of their protected class, like being black, being gay, having children. Likewise, a landlord can't lie and tell someone in a protected group that an apartment isn't available when he's telling someone else that it's ready to rent. Or setting different terms and conditions for a rental. For example, the landlord's saying, you can have children in the apartment, sure, no problem, but I'm going to charge you more because of that. Or you're only allowed to live on a first floor apartment with your children and not in a higher floor because that would bother the people beneath. All those are examples of discrimination. So fair housing sounds pretty important, right? You may be asking yourself, what does WRO do about all of it? Well, first of all, we're making videos like this, and thank you for watching. Education and outreach are critical services that WRO provides to the community. We're doing our best to make sure housing providers and the public understand fair housing laws. Secondly, WRO investigates and enforces the law. We take complaints from the community of housing discrimination. We investigate those, and we investigate by analyzing laws and policies, as well as testing housing providers, landlords, lenders, and real estate agents. And where appropriate, WRO brings enforcement actions against providers who break the law. Well, thank you for watching our video. If you're aware of housing discrimination, please reach out to us to report it. As we're creating this video during the pandemic, we're not currently in the office, so the easiest way to reach us is by email. We have a staff directory on our website. You can see that address up here on the screen. Email anyone in the Fair Housing group and we'll get back to you. And while you're visiting that website, please take a moment to support WRO by clicking the donate button. Housing is always essential, and we're here to help. Like, subscribe, and share this video, and please follow us on social media.